Good evening. My name is Jian Kim. I am one of the math teachers here at Costa, and I teach Math 8 and Algebra 2. Tonight, I'll be talking about Algebra 2. But before I start walking through this presentation, I have to ask for your understanding. If it looks like I'm not looking or talking directly to you, that's because I'm looking at the slides as I'm talking as well. So thank you for your understanding in advance. And although I don't get to meet you and talk to you in person tonight, through this presentation I hope to provide all the necessary information you need for your student success in math class this year. This presentation discusses a little bit about me, brief course description, grading, course expectations, classroom environment, and how to contact me. So a little bit about me. I was born in Seoul, South Korea, but I grew up in the Philippines until I graduated high school from the International School of Manila. I moved to Illinois in 2008 to attend the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, then moved to California last year. I live with my husband, who is a PhD in mechanical engineering, and my two kids, who are 6 and 4-year-old boys. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in industrial engineering, as well as Master of Education in Secondary Mathematics Education, all from the University of Illinois. I'm bilingual in English and Korean, and I enjoy spending time with my family, watching Disney movies, playing and listening to music, and traveling, which I haven't been able to do lately because of COVID. Me as an educator, my teaching experience starts with being a graduate teaching assistant at the University of Illinois, where I taught courses like engineering, graphics and design, human factors, and optimization to undergraduate students. Then I got certified to teach secondary mathematics in 2018, and this is my second year teaching in the K-12 environment and first year at Costa. Alright, so let's get to the course description. Algebra 2 complements and expands mathematical concepts of Algebra 1 and geometry. And I know some students in Algebra 2 this year haven't taken geometry yet, in which case I will do sufficient review before moving on to the content that relates to their prior knowledge in geometry. The areas of focus for this year are as follows: sequences and functions, polynomial and rational functions, complex numbers and rational exponents, and exponential functions and equations. So that's the big picture. I would like to talk about grading as well here, but please refer to the full course syllabus for more details. Firstly, 80% of the grade comes from the end of unit assessments. And the important thing here is that all checkpoints must be green or yellow for the end of unit assessments to be graded by the teacher. If they have a red, then they can still take the assessment, but the teacher will not grade it. I will talk more about getting the color-coded feedback and what they mean on the checkpoints in the next slide. And then the 10% of the grade comes from portfolio problems, which are application-based problems that accompany each unit. And these are self-paced, but are still due by the end of the unit. Then the last 10% comes from the power focus areas, which are concepts and content knowledge that students need to master. They get as many attempts as they need for these, and because they're self-paced as well, the students can request to take the content assessment anytime they feel are ready. Then I would like to talk here a little bit more about checkpoints for homework assignments. All checkpoints are assigned on Summit PLP. On Mondays and Thursdays, a 5 to 10 minute long checkpoint is assigned at the end of our synchronous Zoom class. These are due before our next class. So for example, since we have classes on Tuesdays and Fridays, a checkpoint assigned on Tuesday will be due on Friday of the same week, and the checkpoint assigned on Friday will be due on the following Tuesday. Then Wednesdays are a little bit different because they're asynchronous, and the homework assignments for Wednesdays are generally longer. They're posted on Summit PLP and due on the next class, so due before next class, which is Friday for Algebra 2. Then here shows the 3 different feedback students can get from their checkpoints for homework assignments. Green for complete, yellow for needs review, and red for incomplete or overdue. Red and yellow feedback can change to green anytime, so please encourage your students to turn in their work even after the due dates. So as long as they request feedback on Summit PLP, I will go back to it and change their color from red to yellow or red to green or yellow to green, as long as they do the work, even if it's a month after the due dates. Power focus areas and portfolio problems. These are different from checkpoints because they're self-paced assignments and students have access to these from the very beginning of the units. And all the resources they need to pass these are available on Summit as well. And there is 1 power focus area and 1 portfolio problem per math units, and both are due by the end of the units. Again, power focus area and portfolio problems are each worth 10% of their final grade, so 20% total. These are the platforms and materials for this class. Firstly, Summit Learning, the Summit PLP, is where all graded work will be, along with resources for students. Then Desmos, Pear Deck, and Nearpod are interactive presentations we use during our Zoom classes. And then assessments is a digital worksheets, and they're assigned on Wednesdays to students. This class also has a Google Classroom where most class recordings, notes and slides, and homework help videos are posted. Lastly, everyone is required to keep a notebook to take notes or show work during class. This slide talks about our classroom environment or expectations for everyone. Please feel free to pause this video here for a minute or 2 to read the statement yourself, but I'm also going to read it here out loud. Our classroom community will be built upon mutual respect and communication. We need to aspire to create not just a safe space, but a brave space, a space in which we are unafraid to make mistakes, because that is where we grow. We will strive to challenge ourselves and to rise to that challenge, knowing that with the right support, we are fully capable of accomplishing anything that we put our minds to. Education is power. Now, I have to mention that there are Wednesday drop-in tutoring sessions available from our wonderful instructional aides at Costa. There is no tutoring sessions for Algebra 2, but if the students need review from Algebra 1, because a lot of the materials in this class are going to be built up upon their knowledge from Algebra 1. So here it is. It is from 11:30 to 12 on Wednesdays with Ms. Vargas. And if the student is struggling or has any questions, I highly recommend to attend these sessions. Okay, so what happens if a student was absent or needs to review? There are two places they can go to. The first one is Google Classroom, where the class notes, recordings, and other lesson materials can be posted. And the second is Summit PLP, because that's where the checkpoint or homework is assigned. And I always have the date next to the title of the checkpoint, the date assigned next to the title of the checkpoint, so they know when it was assigned. Your students can contact me also for their absence to discuss in detail what they missed. Alright, last but not least, I would like to share our virtual classroom. It has all kinds of useful information and links on the bulletin board, like Khan Academy, Costa website, Summit PLP, Google Classroom, and on the whiteboard there's the link to our Zoom meetings. Students can make appointments for office hours with me in here and look at the class pacing calendar, which is on the desk. You can also visit the virtual classroom through our Costa website or the Google Classroom. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Please don't hesitate to contact me with any questions. My email address is jian.kim@cocospa.org. Here's also some information about contacting me via phone if you prefer a phone call over email. And about office hours, I've been holding at least 2 office hours weekly for both Math 8 and Algebra 2. And I plan on sending calendar invites to everyone when I do. It says here my office hours are Mondays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:20, but I'm still trying to figure out what days and times work best for the majority of students in Algebra 2. So this schedule will may change, and when it does, I will make an announcement to ensure that everyone knows. Alright, so I hope you have a great rest of your evening and enjoy the back to school night. Thank you so much for coming, and good night.